Hi guys, this is Nassem here, and welcome to Legion Guides, where I go over all the major mechanics and break down the normal patterns. Kakul-Saydon is actually two bosses, Kakul and Saydon, and in Gate 1, you will be going against Saydon. The recommended battle items are HP potions, whirlwind grenades, and circuit charms. It also helps to have a purify rune for this raid, and I'll be going over the uses throughout this video. Before I go into the major mechanics, there are two concepts you need to know for this raid. The first thing is the madness gauge. This gauge will increase when you get hit by some of Saydon's attack. This gauge has three different states. 0 to 50% has no effect. The moment your gauge reaches 50%, you'll have these orbs around you that will explode in a cross shape after a few seconds. If these explosions hit your raid members, that player will gain the circle under them. If someone steps into the circle, their gauge will increase as well. So theoretically, one explosion can make everyone's gauge hit 100. So if you hit 50% and see these orbs, run away from your raid members. If you get hit by the cross, run away from your raid members. Once you hit 100%, you'll turn into a clown that can only use 3 skills. Q throws a bomb, which does a small amount of damage. However, the bomb will lower the defense of the targets, so try to throw these bombs at Saydon and the monster with 4 legs. W decreases the gauge of the players near you, but increases the gauge of the players away from you. Since it's hard to coordinate this, I recommend not even using this skill. E drops a box which drops an ether when it's destroyed. This ether will lower the gauge of the person that destroyed it, but will increase the gauge of all the other players. Since this is also hard to know how much gauge the other players have, it's best not to use this unless you're on Discord. Also, in the clown state, you'll receive 25% more damage, and every time someone turns into a clown, Saydon will gain a buff that will decrease damage received by 3%. If someone dies while in the clown state, everyone else will be feared. The second thing you need to keep in mind is the trump cards. When you enter this raid, everyone will have a card above their heads. This card will determine how you do some of the mechanics in this raid. Now let's go over the major mechanics. The HP bars can have a 10 bar margin of error. So if I say this mechanic starts at 130, this may happen somewhere between 135 and 125. At around 130 bars, there will be a stagger check. However, during the stagger check, you'll need to be aware of the purple shield's locations. Staggering from this position will reflect the damage right back to you. So make sure you're not positioning yourself in front of the shields. At around 110 bars, the Finding Saydon mechanic will start. When the map becomes dark, all 4 members should go to their predetermined spots. A lot of parties will just go with the ×3+1. After a few seconds, Saydon will turn around and shoot his gun or give you a heart. 3 of the spots will have the same event, and you'll need to be facing the direction of the different event. For example, if 3 Saydons shot a gun, everyone needs to face the Saydon that gave a heart, and vice versa. Ping if you see a heart, and take a look at the minimap. If you see 3 pings, look at the direction where there is no ping. If you see 1 ping, look at that direction. You can be far away, and you just need to be facing that direction. At around 88 bars, the dance party will start. Curtains will come down, and when the curtains open, everyone will be a clown. Go to the platform with the same suit on your card. All you have to do here is do the same dance move as Saydon. However, everyone's skill layout is different, so if you're using Discord, don't call out the skills with Q, W, E, and R. Also, in normal mode, Saydon can sometimes turn his back and do a dance move. In this case, you can do any move but the one Saydon is doing. If you do the wrong move or do the move too late, you'll be damaged. There will be 4 moves you need to do for this mechanic. At around 65 bars, there will be another stagger check. Just remember not to be in front of the shields. At around 50 bars, the roulette mechanic will start. All you have to do is stand on the suit that matches the card above you. However, some cards will have this slash in the background. The suits without the slashes will be their original color. For example, if the background is clean, spades and clovers will be black, hearts and diamonds will be red. If the background has these slashes, the suits will be their opposite color. So spades and clover will be red and hearts and diamonds will be black. Standing on the wrong platform will increase your gauge and damage you. The roulette will spin 3 times and the card above your head will change each time. After the 3rd spin, the roulette will shake and explode. So get ready to leave the roulette after the 3rd spin. Finally, around 25 bars, the map will go dark and you'll have to find Saydon one last time. After this, there will be no more major mechanics. Now let's go over the normal patterns. The first normal pattern I want to go over is the card die pattern. This is probably the pattern that will make you restart the raid the most, but I'll give you a tip that will make you succeed every single time. Let's go over how the pattern plays out first. Saydon will drop this die before he starts printing cards. After this die drops, 1 or 3 players will be locked in place. Getting hit by the card with the same suit will set you free, and getting hit by the wrong card will damage you and increase your gauge. Now let's look at how we can get through this pattern. First things first, when the die drops, there will be a suit on top of it. If this suit is the suit's original color, 3 players will be locked, and the player with that suit will not be locked. If this suit is not the suit's original color, just that 1 player with that suit will be locked. Let's keep this in mind and keep going. Once you see this die drop, try to head to the 6 o'clock position and position yourselves in this order: black, black, red, red, or spade and clover on the left and heart and diamond on the right. Make sure there is enough room between you and Saydon for the cards to travel a long time. Now let's go over the cases where only 1 player is locked. The player with the suit on the die will be locked in place. The first card Saydon will print will always be the pairing suit. The pairing suits are spades and hearts, and clovers and diamonds. You can remember this by flipping the spade over, which would then look like a heart. Anyway, if spade was locked, the pairing heart will always be the first card. The second card will always be the same color suit as the first card, so in this case, heart is red, so the other red suit is diamond. The third card will always be the locked person's suit, so just get out of the way. The last card will be the remaining suit. Now let's go over the case where 3 players are locked. The player with the suit on the die will not be locked in place. The cards Saydon prints will follow this player, and this player needs to dribble the cards to the right players. The first card Saydon will print will be the suit of the free player, so in this case, the spade. The second card will be the suit of the same color, so clover. The third card will be the pairing suit, which is the heart, and the last card will be the remaining suit. Knowing the order of the cards will make this pattern much more easier to get through, so just try to memorize the pairing suits. Now let's take a look at an actual raid for a better understanding. Now let's move on to the easier normal patterns. If you learn Saydon's normal patterns, it will make Gate 3 and the bingo state a lot easier, so I recommend paying attention to the telegrams. The smoke ball. Saydon will summon a ball and eat it. Then, he will jump back while spinning. Finally, he will jump and attack in a cross or an X shape. If you see Saydon eat a ball, don't be behind him. Now, you need to pay attention to the smoke's color when Saydon eats the ball. If this smoke is yellow, staying diagonal to the front-back indicators is the safe zone. If the smoke is red, the front-back indicators are the safe zones. Bouncy balls. Multiple balls will be falling down. Getting hit by the yellow indicators will damage you and increase your gauge. The more important pattern comes right after. A huge ball will be bouncing around, which will split into smaller balls. These balls hurt, so make sure you are dodging these balls and do not try to DPS. Charge. Saydon brings his left leg back, then charges forward. If you see Saydon's leg pulling back, get out of this line. If Saydon is glowing blue, you can use a counter skill to knock him out. Ball ride. Saydon will glow blue and levitate onto a huge ball. He will then shoot fire and follow the aggro. If he bumps into someone, he will fall off his ball and the ball will fly backwards. Saydon is counterable when he is blue, and this counterable window is actually very large. So even though you think you're too late, try to throw your counter skill. If the counter fails, the fire will hurt a lot, so if you're a support or a class that has a high defense ratio like a gun lancer, you should try to bump into Saydon on purpose to get him off the ball. If you bump into Saydon, however, you'll have a debuff that will lower your defense by 50%, so try to be careful afterwards. Shooting cards. Saydon will start spinning a card above his head. After a few seconds, multiple cards will be flying outwards. Once you see this card spinning, run away from Saydon so that you'll have more room dodging these cards. Pigeons. Saydon will disappear, teleport behind the aggro, then shoot pigeons in front of him. These pigeons will fly around and come back to his back. When you see Satan teleport, get to his sides or behind him. Then, when all the pigeons left him, get to his sides or in front of him. Getting hit by a pigeon will stun you, so if you see a raid member get hit by this, get ready to use your Sacred Charm. A spotlight will shine on Satan, then rainbow stripes will attack you 1 or twice. Getting hit by this rainbow will increase your gauge by a lot, so make sure you're dodging these correctly. Fire spin. Satan will puff smoke first, then start shooting fire in the same direction. Once you see the smoke, get on the other side and start dealing damage. Ring fire. Satan backsteps while spinning, then starts shooting fire at the aggro. Fire shooting rings will also be summoned, and rings that are flying across will increase your gauge, so try to dodge these rings as well. The direction where Satan was firing will leave fire for a few seconds, so keep this in mind even after the pattern ends. Flame aggro. A cross shape or 3 cone shapes will start following the aggro. Once this reddish line reaches this black line, Satan will shoot fire in all these directions. If you have the aggro, stay still until the red line is about to reach the black line, then jump out to dodge the flames. Cone fire. Satan strikes his cane on the ground and a cone-shaped explosion will happen. Once you see this cone shape, just dodge out of it. You'll have enough time to dodge this. Satan can use this up to 3 times in a row. Laser. Satan gathers this purple energy in front of him. After a few seconds, he will shoot a laser that will fear you if you get hit. This fear can be cleansed, so use your charm to save your raid members. Trump roulette. Satan will print a spinning roulette on the ground with 4 parts. Just stand on the same suit and you'll be safe. Satan can use this pattern twice, and on the second time, your suit will be somewhere on the opposite side. So try to walk towards the opposite side just in case Satan uses this twice. Fart. Satan will gather yellow gas. After a few seconds, this will explode. If the gas is gathered in a narrow cone, get out of this line. Minions. Satan will summon multiple mobs that fall from the sky. Getting hit by the yellow circles will damage you and increase your gauge. After these mobs fall, they will start attacking you. Stop attacking Satan and prioritize on killing all these mobs first, because after a few seconds, they will all have this aura under them that will increase your gauge if you are near them. Try to gather up near the middle to bring all the mobs together and get rid of them with a big AoE skill. Whack-a-mole. Satan disappears and his cane will start popping out from the ground. Getting hit by these will increase your gauge by a lot. After this, Satan will throw a ball and you'll just have to dodge the yellow indicators and the pattern will be over. The random box. Satan summons a random box on the map. A roulette will spin and an ether with a suit will be spawned. It can also be a trap sometimes and spawn a bomb instead. If the person with the same suit absorbs this, their gauge will decrease, but if someone else absorbs it, everyone's gauge will increase. So if the ether is your suit, try to grab it quickly so that someone else won't grab it by accident. When this random box drops, the fire-spitting monster will be summoned too, so don't forget to get rid of this monster as well.
Crystal melody with the small hint of misery. Life sometimes promises warmth tomorrow, just like a dusky sunset in splendor. I remember the humming sound is passing by, the tears we have held back, all the dreams that
I hope this video helped you master Kakul-Saydon's first gate, and I hope to see you in my gate 2 guide. Alright, peace.